Domlink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to chapter 17 of Child Play 2, the sequel, the novelization. We just realized that we have Charles, whose mom was a little person, and the fact that he's digging the grave is making him think about his mom. So technically, what is amazing here is because yeah, I there's no intro. Hi, how are you? How you doing? What's up? What's up? What is amazing here? I'm sorry, I'm excited because I just love Child Play. I just love Chucky. And not like Child Play, but they're the same thing, right? So yeah, so the fact that what we have here is like Charles is a psychopath. He's a killer. He's a serial killer. The fact that he has to bury a doll, and that's why he thinks about his mom. That's why he remembers his mom. The fact that he's thinking about his mom is what brings us to have his backstory. Is what brings us to having this complete story. Because again, it was never there in the movies. So the fact that we have that is kind of important. And the way it's brought, it's not brought because like I said in the last video, it's brought because people care about Charles E. Ray, care about Chucky, but it's also brought up because why not have a backstory? Freddy had a backstory. Jason had a backstory. Michael Myers had a backstory. And I'm saying this as there are other stories, sure, but there was 80 slasher, right? So we have that. We have more of his backstory. Let's get right into it. We have the shock of realizing his mom was short, right? And to me, it speaks of a softer Chucky. It's speaking. I don't know if you guys are preferring me to call him Charles Lee Ray or Chucky. I'm trying to try to move along. I'm trying to use both. That way, it's not redundant, right? And it keeps you guys interested. Because he grew and he didn't realize about it, so it does become a sweeter Chucky because again, he was like, my mom, she's totally normal. She absolutely is. And the fact that he realized, and it wasn't realizing it, is that he realized that people were making fun of him, right? Also, the fact that his dad was a bum, right? And again, it's so fucking well written because his dad's a bum. How many of us know a single mom that raised children in a beautiful fashion? How many of us know a single mom that was able to pull it off? But his dad's a bum. It's not such a bad thing until we learn how his mother felt about being rejected. It was a bomb. His mom, she grew to resent his dad, right? She grew up to resent even Charles E. Ray because of his height, and because of that, it's amazing. I could give my opinion, but I think it's perfect the way it is. So let's leave it the way it is. Short. His dad was a bum. His mom grew to resent him because of height. Outside, she was nice. Outside, she would smile to people. She was really kind. And inside, she was a drunkie. She was a drunkie, yeah. And she would be drinking, and she was mean to him. And because Charlie Ray would grow, he was like, "Oh, you're just like your father." And your father, she was always complaining about him, so it made him feel like, of course, it would feel that way, right? Somebody you said, "Oh, you're just like this guy," but this guy's a fucking asshole. You say, "Am I a fucking asshole?" Right? So we have this. She grew to resent him. She, because of height, that she's night drunk. She's constantly mad, right? And she knives at him. She's always on his back, and it's kind of cool because again, when we do find Chucky and he's talking to Tommy, and Tommy keeps repeating himself, you can see Chucky getting really mad. When Andy in the first movie was talking to Chucky, you can see Chucky getting really mad. There's some trauma there because of the constant nagging, which was super interesting, right? We have compare to dad, and she used to hit him, right? And it's kind of cool because in the book it said it didn't hit her. It was the fact that his mom, she was hitting him, that made him that hurt, you know. You had to hide from her. Plus, he was bullied. So imagine your mom, she's nagging at you, she's beating you up, and at school you're getting bullied and constantly nagging. Am I forgiving Charles Lee Ray? No. He's a character, and there's backstory, and we finally understand a bit more of who he is. Understanding who he is important because we love the character, right? She comparing to plus bully. Imagine beating her. Even imagine to beat her. Imagine beating her mom because his mom, she's fighting him, she's hitting him, and she's so small, she's so weak. You could fuck her up, you know. You had to hide for her, right? But I already said. Imagine hitting her, beating her. Sorry. when the second end is amazing. There's an incident where she really goes above and beyond, and that incident is he's laughing at her because he could beat her, and then she gets really mad, right? For hanging, what? Love a little. He talks about how they just killing. Oh yeah. I remember. Okay, so he constantly thinking about beating her because again he's growing up to hate her, and he's when he goes out of the house, he goes to a dangerous place, and he knows they're dangerous, but he finds thrill and violence that are happening in this place. So that's why he had his first sense of violence. It wasn't necessarily him doing the violence; it was an act of violence he saw, and he found a pleasure in it. So it's kind of like by proxy, if you want. If you don't know what's proxy, I'll do a video on it. Don't worry about it. Um, constantly plugging myself, shameless. I don't give a shit. So yeah, as we have this, we have that. But they just place to talk about he talks about the night of the killing, of how he killed his mom. So he actually says she hated him. So we talk about payback. Even then, love the look of fear. Oh yeah, okay. So she hit him, and he was talking about payback, and it's always about him deciding of when he was going to do it. And he waited for her to be drunk, super drunk, and he waited for her. He went to his back, and even she looked at him. She constantly nagged at him. So he hold her up and he strangled her at 13. We literally learned he was 13 years old, which plays a big part out in the story. And he strangles her, and Chucky describes this look of fear, and we had a couple of chapters before. We had the look of fear and the dog eyes. So again, it's something that is repeated, but it's long enough time for us to be like, oh, not always repeating, and it's a completely distant. Like, oh, with dog, he said, I knew that look, I knew that emotion. With his mom, was like, oh, I liked it, right? So then he goes to the park next to his house, which was the park and a dangerous place for him to hang in, right? He strangled, or she's his first kill technically. So we don't know because he said it's his first kill, but did he hit people? Did he hurt people before? Because again, that's not like Charles. I fucking love Charles Lee Ray, but he's not normal. Let's be honest. We got first kill. He liked it to thriller killing already. It took him one kill, and he was laughing. He talks about how he's burying it in the park, and it took longer than expected. Bro, it's amazing the way it's described. In the park, he's next to the house. He's next to the lights. There's cars passing by. There's people passing by, and he's fearless. He says, "Yo, that's what." If somebody was to stop him, he actually says, "That's my mom. Imagine what I would do to you," right? Which reminded me of Fight Club, a book we saw like a week ago. I thought that was really fucking nice. We got this. We got that. I know I'm saying this a lot, but it helps me occupy you guys while I find Fearless. He was arrested. He was first 13, first kill. 13 is not old enough to be in jail, right? So again, the fact that he was 13 is important because he got scot free, but it didn't stop him, which is the important part here. We go back to the present. Chucky, nice. That's the chapters. I'll see you guys soon. I'm so sorry. There's no really outro. I'm not good with outro. And then I'm gonna see you guys in a couple of seconds. So peace.